Hey fam, today I'm trying to find out if biodynamics is a bunch of woo-woo or if there's some validity to it. For those of you who do not know, biodynamics is a form of planting by the moon. So biodynamics theorizes that, the moon phases play an impact on how well plants grow and which plants grow during certain phases of the moon. Now, I've always interned on organic farms that practice biodynamics, and they always grew according to the Farmer's Almanac, which follows biodynamics. And I don't know much about the origin of biodynamics other than the guy who invented it was supposedly a Looney Tune, but that's just one opinion I've heard. I haven't read a lot about it yet, and I would love to find out more. But I mostly am just curious to do and wondering if I can do an experiment to see if there's some validity to biodynamics. So today is March 3rd, 2017, and I read in the Farmer's Almanac that today, according to the moon phase, is supposed to be a day when seeds rot in the ground. It's supposed to be a very unfavorable day to plant. And I just want to see what happens. I'm going to start some seedlings today. Probably some tomatoes and peppers, because I think that's what I usually do first. I'm going to have to look back at some of my old calendars. But I think I usually start those first so they can be hardy enough by the time May rolls around to just plop them in the ground and have them grow. So I'll be starting some of those today. And then another day, when it is a favorable time to plant according to the Farmer's Almanac and biodynamics, I'm going to plant some tomatoes and peppers again. And I'll use the same varieties, so that's a variable we'll leave out. And I just want to see which does better. Technically, because, if it's a crock of woo, biodynamics is just a bunch of, voodoo hoodoo, then the plants I plant today should actually be stronger because I'm starting them ahead of time. So we'll see. But if I even get a sprout, that probably challenges biodynamics because they didn't rot in the ground. The seeds didn't rot in the ground. So let's see what happens. I'm just curious. Let's find out. Let's do an experiment. Let's get all sciencey up in here. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Okay, so you actually have to replicate an experiment a number of times and have large sample sizes for it to actually be science. So this is more just like a mini in-home experiment. But those are still fun. Okay, all right, let's get to planting. So I'm just finishing filling up this tray, and Eli very much wants to get into this situation. I'm doing this in the garage because that's where the bag of soil was, and I'm not super strong. It's really heavy. I'm sorting my seeds, so that's what I'm going to do in the ground later. These are my herbs. I'm going to plant some cabbage either in ground or start them indoors later. I'm not sure yet. And I'm going to plant some horizon pepper at the same time as these tomatoes. Right now, actually. So I'm pretty excited. Let's get started. So I'm chilling in the backyard. That's just my cat crying. And we're going to plant all these things. Not yet, don't water yet. As you can see, we are getting some sprouting action here. It's mostly just the herbs sprouting, like the basil, catnip, the chamomile. This one right here is a chamomile. It's going crazy. It loves it in here. Tomatoes and peppers haven't sprouted yet, but we'll give it time. And this is our thermometer. Sorry if you can't see it that well. Let me see if I can pull it out here. Yes, so it's 82 in the greenhouse right now, which is really warm. Kind of awesome considering, yesterday it was like, I don't know, 32 degrees outside. And the low in the greenhouse was 48 last night, even though it was pretty cold yesterday. So yeah, things are going well. This little setup is working out nicely. Today we're gonna start some more seedlings. It's little man's nap time, so it's time for a voiceover. Hey guys, we're gonna need a spray bottle for planting seeds. We're also gonna need seeds for planting seeds, and tape to close the seed packets, and these labels I already wrote up, and of course a tray of dirt. And now you get to watch me struggle with breaking this thing up. I should have done it when there was no dirt in there. And you can enjoy some music. Alright. show you guys how our bad moon babies are doing just a week after planting them. So if you look in here, all of the tomatoes have sprouted, all of the herbs have sprouted except for echinacea because I used old seeds. So they're right here, not doing so well. I'll probably plant something else there. And then our peppers are just beginning to sprout. If you look, come on in here. There's my horizon peppers are just beginning to sprout. And jalapenos, same situation. And that's after a week. And then these guys, I planted on a favorable moon phase. And it's been 3 days. And the only difference I really see is that the basil sprouted as well as the chamomile. With the other batch, just the chamomile sprouted. But I think there could be other variables besides just moon phase because it's been warmer in the seed house than it was last week. So we'll follow these plants throughout the season and we will see if there's any sort of difference between how strongly they are, how well they produce, or anything like that. We'll keep track. So, yeah. Thanks for watching.